A crucial meeting has just got over. We'll try and get details of that meeting, the meeting that was chaired by Home Minister Amit Shah at his residence, which had the DG of BSF, ITBP, SSB and CISF, among others. The significance is because these are the paramilitary forces which guard the civilian population, ensure that our airports and other crucial military installations are safe, and that is the reason why there is a complete coordination being ensured between the Defence Ministry, Finance Ministry and also the Home Ministry. Nikunj.
Well, yes, as I said, that the entire task of safeguarding the civilian population alongside the international borders is actually of the paramilitaries and the border guarding forces. Principal amongst them under today's set of circumstances is the Border Security Force, which is mandated under the mandate of the Cabinet Committee of Security to guard the Indo-Pakistan border right from the time of 1965 war. And that's the frontier that they have been exclusively mandated to guard. It's the longest frontier that we have that Border Security Force guards. It's also the largest paramilitary force in the world. So you can understand, and as I said, that the entire task of safeguarding the civilian populations, evacuating the civilian populations, ensuring that the civilian populations move to a safer location with enough and adequate supplies, both of ration and any other kind of supplies that are required for daily life, is the job that the Ministry of Home Affairs has to coordinate with the border guarding forces and the state administration. Okay. So that entire exercise is now being put in motion, and at the apex of that superstructure is the Union Home Minister himself, supervising and directing that entire exercise.
Nikunj, since you understand these forces quite well, help us understand in terms of the military installations which were attempted to be targeted by Pakistanis last evening. The military installation in Pathankot, in Jammu. Who guards these military installations?
Maria, the military installations are exclusively guarded by the military's own guards.
Okay.
They can be naval guards on a naval establishment, military guards like the military police on a military installation. However, as I said, that the international border is not guarded by the defense forces. They are guarded by the paramilitaries. In this case, the Border Security Force is the frontline force. The military will move on some of the posts regularly maintained and guarded by the Border Security Force, which will then come in the aid and assistance of the Indian military because they know the topography much better than anybody else in those regions. However, that situation will only happen after a declaration, after a formal declaration by the cabinet. That hasn't happened yet. So the military will maintain its own reserved position at the points that they're not supposed to cross, that signals and a sort of physical aggression. BSF has not retreated, and that also, as I said, will happen under a mandate of the cabinet. So quite clearly, this entire exercise that the Home Minister is undertaking right now is the exercise of safeguarding the civilian population from the Pakistani ingress under any set of circumstances, which is the responsibility of the Ministry of Home Affairs as the nodal ministry, and all its arms like the Border Security Force, like the National Disaster Management Authority, like the National Disaster Response Force, have to act on the directions of the Union Home Minister, yes, who has been chairing all these meetings.
Yes, Aishwarya Jain continues to be with us. Aishwarya, only yesterday we reported that Home Minister Amit Shah was chairing that crucial meeting in which the big challenge before the government was safe spaces for all those who are living along the LOC. In terms of numbers, we are yet to find out how many people have to be evacuated to safer spaces. But what is the level of preparations that India is looking at?
Well, the sources in the Home Ministry have stated that it is the directions which have been given to Jammu and Kashmir administration that there should be priority of the places situated near the line of control. Prioritization should be done as far as the most unsafe areas or less safer areas, and maximum evacuation of people from the control should be done. And specific instructions yesterday was given by Home Minister Amit Shah. Today, the meeting with the CISF, CRPF and the IB chief, the DGs of the CISF, CRPF and the IB chief lasted for almost 2 hours, and the meeting has just concluded at Home Minister Amit Shah's residence. And this meeting specifically was to ensure that there are enhanced security measures at all the critical infrastructure and key establishments across the country in light of the escalating tensions along with the India-Pakistan border. Remember, the CISF is tasked with safeguarding critical infrastructures across India, including airports, power plants, nuclear installations, space research facilities, and the specific guidelines have been given by Home Minister Amit Shah in regards to that. And the meeting finally had concluded after 2 hours.